Hi everyone, Jamie here in currently sunny Arizona. And we had tropical storm come through parts of Arizona. We only got very little rain, about a half an inch, but I'll take it. I thought I'd do a view from above. I was up here the other day taking down my shade cloth, and I saw this view and I thought, wow, it's really changed since the last time I've been up here. So I thought I'd share it. And you see all the rock work that was done. Now it's becoming, the pattern starting to show out. You see all the earthworks that were put in by Tyler this year. And they go all the way to the edge of my property up there. So officially, the earthworks are done on this 2 acres. Now it's just waiting, planting, and observing. But it turned out really nice. Now, I was going to do a video about how we've gone well over a month and haven't watered, but then it rained, and so can't do that. It got watered by Mother Nature, which, like I said, I ain't complaining. But I thought I'd show you some of the stuff that's popping up, and it's just kind of gorgeous. Over here, the main garden. Sorry for the sun glare. And we got a goat that's complaining. So let's go take a closer look. Now we're down on the side, and I thought I'll show you how well things are doing. Now coming up, I'm going to be trimming all these creosotes back and using them as chopping drop. You know, at times I kind of miss growing in a wet area, because you know you can put so many different tropicals in, and they turn out lush and green. But out here, you have to come up with new ideas. But sometimes you forget how you can grow things that you can't grow in other places. These totem cactuses are totally cool. Our dense planting area. Now again, like I said, I haven't watered since um, that main big water rainstorm we got over a month ago. Everything is looking well. Now, these guys popped up. They're absolutely gorgeous and pretty. I don't know if you can see it, but we have patches of it out here where it's just that. It's all yellow and looking good. And there's a portion coming into our property that the whole desert floor is just carpeted with these. It's fun to see. Love seeing the stuff that comes up after rain. One of the things that do come up, this little ground cover. I don't know what it is. I have to do some research, but it's just kind of cool. All the stuff I showed you before is doing well. The native gourds, the grasses are coming up. And if it continues raining like this, we're liable to have a super bloom this year. And that is something to see. All right, show you another thing that bloomed. Our Peruvian apple bloomed, and it only blooms for one night. But I'll show a picture here of what it looks like when it's in bloom. It's got to be one of my favorite flowers. Some of the other stuff that's coming on nicely. That's a globe mallow. Beautiful orange flowers. And this one's coming back. Now we have this one plant that's totally cool. Doesn't even look like it's from our planet. Not too sure what it is. I've looked up the name and I can't remember it. But they say miners use it as an indicator as to where to dig for gold. It's supposed to really thrive in mineral rich soil and rocks. We have it up there on the hill. But that's what's going on out here. Just looking good. Not much new being done because I'm doing other projects, and I'd like to show you these next. So we're over in the main garden, the Wannabe Food Forest, and I've got some new plants to put in. Places that I plan on putting some trees. Sorry, my dogs are having a good time. And correcting a design flaw, if you will. Yep, the standoff. So one of the problems I had that, you know, I was trying to get done is that when I watered, a lot of the water went away from the plant and didn't stay where I wanted it. So I'm digging these little trenches in front to make sure that I can drop the water hose in front of it or behind it and retain water there. I also built in the beginning this area from here to the fence a little narrow and with a pretty big slope on it. So I'm trying to expand it out about another foot as we go, which means I'm going to have to take away from this portion and give to this portion, which is really no biggie. Now, we had a tomato plant make it through the summer, and it's got little cherry tomatoes on it. And we've got these two new plants to put in here. These are pineapple guavas. I think they're going to do fine here. I'm placing them so close because male-female type plant. So that's what's going in here. Now I did separate a grass and it's going to go over here. The other thing that's been happening is the China berry is letting its seeds off. So they're starting to drop as the leaves are starting to drop. And what I'm doing is selecting places that I want to try to direct sow them, put them in pots. I've started about 10 pots, each with about 4 seeds, because I want to put a lot more in here. And then I'm looking at new locations to put them in and try to get a tree started and see how that works. Now we've had a couple of pomegranates this year, and I've got a couple more left that look like are about ready. It's not bad. I'll be eating that tasty treat soon. These Tacomas are just beautiful. I love them. And they come in so many different varieties that you could put several in your garden and have different colors. Now, this is another place that I plan on trying to direct sow some China berries into. And we've come through and put into lettuce, turnips, and spinach over here. And hopefully it makes it through. Another thing is, I dug out around the peach tree because there was just so much mulch, and I imagine it's because the wind blew it in there, or it accidentally got raked in there. But the soil color is looking really good through this area. So this is one of my first areas. So I'm hoping that the rest of it turns that way over the next few years. Another thing we're putting in is another Tacoma, a different flavor, if you will. They're bigger flowers, different design. This is called Mango Sunrise or something like that. Mango something. But I won't mind putting those in all over the place. They provide beauty, structure, and just happiness. One thing I am going to do is I'm considering cutting this out. Now, you guys know a lot more than I do. The old nursery rhyme was, here we go around the mulberry bush, right? Do they actually grow in bushes or are they trees? Because I've trimmed this thing up twice this year, and it puts out these side shoots almost like a pomegranate. So is there a variety that does that? Let me know in the comments. Um, this is where I'm going to put the purple prickly pears. But fall is coming. Our temperatures are down in the 80s. Coming up, it's going to be in the 70s. And our nighttime temperatures are very low 60s, high 50s. So it's that pleasant time in the desert again. Just one more quick view. And thank you for joining me. Hope you had a great weekend. I hope your week is blessed. And you come back to see us again.